Hey guys, Hitman89 here, making a video for buygames.ps, and as most of you know, later this year we'll be getting great first-person shooters like Halo Infinite and Far Cry 6, but in the meantime, here are the best FPS games you should play while waiting for the new ones to come out. This is part 1. Later this year, I'll make a part 2 with all the latest games, so consider subscribing. Also, if you find this video useful, don't forget to leave a like. Now without further ado, let me show you the first game. Call of Duty campaigns have always been like action movies. A lot of explosions, action-packed scenes, and some tension too. As the name suggests, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War takes place during the Cold War. Hit the like button for more useless information like this one. In all seriousness though, if you have the choice, get the game on PS5 because the adaptive triggers offer a completely different experience. And all console versions have keyboard and mouse support, which is great. By the way, at first I was pretty happy to know there was a split screen mode, but as soon as I tried it and saw how bad the game looks and how horrible it runs, I mean it's supposed to be 30 FPS, which is bad enough, but it seems to dip below that very often, and this footage was captured on PS5. So yeah, I don't recommend playing zombies in split screen. Online multiplayer hasn't changed much, which is kinda disappointing, but also I think it should be expected when you get a new COD every year. Now for those of you who are a little broke right now and can't afford Black Ops Cold War, you could get Warzone, the free-to-play Call of Duty Battle Royale game that supports up to 150 players. Season 2 just came out, which means another huge update to download. But game size aside, Warzone supports crossplay, so you can play it with your friends, whether they're on PC, Xbox or PlayStation. Now Warzone does a couple of things differently than most Battle Royale games. For example, when you die, instead of actually dying, you go to the gulag to fight for a second chance. If you win the duel, you can deploy again. Oh, and if you want a more over-the-top free-to-play FPS, you could also play Apex Legends. Speaking of over-the-top shooters, for the third game we're going to the depths of hell, because we're gonna be looking at Doom Eternal. It's bigger, better, and gorier than Doom 2016. There are now 2 mods per weapon, and you can dash and even double dash, because in between fights, you'll have to do some platforming too. The iconic Doom soundtrack is obviously there, and the new challenging enemies make the game even more fun to play. Sadly, the game doesn't support keyboard and mouse on console, so you won't be able to adopt the fastest and most effective playstyle unless you play on PC. And just so you know, I captured this footage on Xbox Series X, and at the moment of making this video, there isn't a next-gen upgrade out yet, so it's basically like playing the Xbox One X version. Apart from its awesome single-player mode, Doom Eternal has an online multiplayer mode called Battle Mode, where 2 demon players fight 1 Doom Slayer. Long story short, you want a stress reliever, Doom Eternal is your game. Last but not least, we have a much slower game, because Metro Exodus is a post-apocalyptic FPS with some survival horror and stealth, so you have to take it slow and be careful. This is a single-player game only that puts emphasis on the story and that doesn't have a main villain. The objective here is to survive in this rough world full of scary, mutated creatures and heavily armed bandits, while looking for survivors in the hopes of finding something out there. Now, since this is a story-driven game, there's a lot of dialogue, non-interactive one. Just people talking for a long time, and you just have to sit there and listen to them. That's the only thing I didn't like about the game, but as soon as everyone is done talking and we finally get to shoot some stuff, everything feels great. Oh, and for those of you who are wondering, the game runs at 30 frames per second on console. It's got the keyboard and mouse support, and most importantly, PS5 and Series X owners will be getting a free next-gen upgrade later this year, which will add ray tracing and 4K 60 FPS alongside with some other improvements. So if you have a next-gen console and you haven't played the game yet, I suggest you get it as soon as it gets the next-gen upgrade. And that's gonna be it for the best first-person shooters you should play during the first half of 2021. All of the games you saw in this video are available on buygames.ps, the best website to buy PlayStation and Xbox games for super cheap and with lifetime warranties. You'll find their link in the description, so check them out. Like I said earlier, there will be a part 2 later this year, so don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you find this video helpful. It's been Hitman89, see you guys very soon.